Hello coin collectors out there, and welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. And here on this channel I share with you some cool coins that are part of my collection, give you a little bit of information and commentary about the coins, and tell you what to look for in your coins. So here I have a stack of 1944 wheat pennies. There they are right there. Now I got all of these pennies while coin roll hunting. The 40s wheat pennies are relatively abundant. While coin roll hunting, you do have to go through kind of a lot of boxes, but you will find plenty of 40s wheat pennies. In 1944, there were 1.4 billion made at the Philadelphia Mint alone. So what I've done is I've kind of set those wheat pennies aside and then organized them by decade, and then I went back and looked through my 1944 wheat pennies, and I'm going to share with you the results. The reason I selected 44 to look through is because there are an elusive 1944 transitional error penny that has a steel core instead of the expected copper core. So in 1943, let me just show you the Whitman's binder right here. In 1943, the pennies were made out of steel, and then in 1944, they were transitioned back to copper. Now, they made the steel pennies because copper was needed during the World War II efforts for, I think, ammunition and armor and stuff like that. So they took the copper for that and put it into the war efforts, and then they made the pennies out of steel instead. However, when they switched back to the copper penny in 1944, there were some transitional errors. There were some pennies that were dated and stamped 1944, but were made out of 1943 metal content. So those were steel pennies that had a date of 1944, but were steel. So those transitional error pennies are worth a ton of money. There were about, as I said, 1.4 billion normal pennies made, and probably only 100 or so transitional error pennies out there. There were also, what people should be aware are, some people have started to counterfeit them, because those transitional pennies can be worth like $70,000 to $100,000. They're one of the most rare and kind of elusive error coins out there. They even made an appearance on Pawn Stars, so you can search on YouTube for clips of that if you're interested. So the way that people counterfeit these is they take a 1944 penny and then they just dip it in zinc, because the 1943 pennies have a zinc outer metal to them, and then a steel core to them. So if you took a 44 copper penny like this, dipped it in zinc, then people might think it's the it's the elusive transitional error coin that people are out to look for. So let's finally look through these coins right here and see if we have any of them. As you might expect, you might kind of anticipate the results. I'd be jumping up and down like crazy if I did have one of these. But let's take a look anyway. So we have the 1944 right here. Now all these pennies I pulled out of circulation, so their condition definitely varies quite a lot. Please let me know if you do see any error coins, any double dies, or other type of kind of pressing of the coin errors. It would be rather obvious if there was a metal content error. So far we've only seen Philadelphia wheat pennies. There were also 430 million made at the Denver Mint, and 282 million made at the San Francisco Mint in the year 1944. Alright, still all Philadelphia mints. Will we even see a Denver or San Francisco? So I do live on the East Coast, so very heavily get Philadelphia mint coins. You people on the West Coast are much luckier because the Denver and the San Francisco mint coins have much lower mintages to them. It's a nice looking coin right here. Very well intact. So 2 more to go through, and you kind of saw a spoiler alert there. It looks like none of these are steel, but let's keep looking through. You never know what you're gonna see. This one's got some gum or something right there. Alright, so that kind of is the last of the pennies that I went through. They were all actually Philadelphia mints. I didn't know that going into it. And they were all made out of the right metal content. Now, the steel penny is magnetic. So that's one way you can tell. I don't have a magnet in front of me right here. But if you did, you could kind of hover the magnet over the penny. And that would help you identify any pennies that have a steel core, because those will be magnetic versus the copper core, which won't be. Alright, so if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out some of the other videos on my channel. I've got quite a lot of other coin collecting videos, so if you like this one, you might like some of the other ones as well. So please do check it out, and have a great day, and best of luck coin collecting, everyone. Enjoy!